Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. This will be my last semester teaching yoga through the wellness program at GCC. I'm going to be moving on to a second career as a somatic psychotherapist. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to do this last spring semester with you all. I know you've been using the recordings, and that makes me really happy. All you playbackers, good for you. Using this, taking advantage of this amazing wellness program that the community college provides you. And I hope you continue to get great use out of it this semester. It's a rainy Wednesday here, so we're gonna start slow and see where the spirit moves us. So let's find an easy cross-legged position, taking note of which leg is in front. You can have your hands on your knees, palms up, or just kind of held in your lap. We're going to take a few minutes just to settle ourselves here. Take a nice deep breath in, take the shoulders up to the ears, and on the exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. Maybe try that a few more times. Nice deep inhale, shoulders to ears, and then nice slow exhale, shoulders rounding back and down. Closing your eyes or just taking a soft gaze downward. Let's bring ourselves to our body. Right away, you can feel where there's some tightness and some resistance, maybe a little bit of aches or pains or little bubbles coming up. Just take note of everything. Breathe into it. Breathe into your body. Noticing where you have contact with the floor, where you have contact with yourself. Maybe you can even feel the hair on your head or your eyelashes, brushing the bottom of your eye. See if you can feel the sensation of the air coming in through the nostrils as you breathe in. The coolness of the nostrils, and then the exhale. The warmth that gives you in your body. In and out. With each breath, bringing yourself here and now. You may even inhale and visualize the word here. Then exhale and visualize the word now. Here, now. Here, now. Here, now. Taking a nice deep breath in as we scoop the arms out and up. Take a look up and see if you can just lengthen the torso here, rooting the sits bones down into the mat. Looking up, shoulders are dropped. The sky, and then on the exhale, a beautiful release. Slowly rotating the head left and right. With each exhale, dropping down a little lower. Releasing, letting the spine curve. Lifting the belly button towards the spine. Maybe shaking the head out, yes. No. And just release forward. Walk those fingertips forward a little further. See if you can lengthen as you release into that forward fold. Heavy, heavy torso. Big breath in, big release. One more time. And slowly walking the hands up. Fingertips forward, hands behind you. Open up the knees a little bit so the lower leg is on the mat. Squeeze the shoulders behind you. Inhale, chin to chest. On the exhale, press the pelvis forward off the ground and let the head drop behind you. Breathe here. And release. Go ahead and extend those legs. Give them a nice shake. In the joint, in the hip joint, you want to just rotate them back and forward. Give them a little massage all the way down the leg. Wake up those feet, give them a little tap. And then recross the legs with the other leg in front, whichever one you have behind. And we'll take a nice deep breath in again. Inhale, reaching up, rooting through the sits bones, all the way lifted through the waistline, dropping the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath, and on the exhale, one more time, release forward. Heavy, heavy, heavy torso, heavy head. Walking those fingertips forward, inch by inch with each exhale. We take a nice sigh. Rotating the head left, right, maybe up and down. Letting it all go, releasing, bowing down to the yoga practice, to the body, to the spirit. The next, in those hands up, fingertips behind you, opening up those knees slightly. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you, chin to chest. Exhale, pelvis comes off the ground and you look up. Tight glutes. Breathe. And release. Go ahead and bring those feet up in front of you. We're just going to do a nice little rotation to the right, letting the knees drop to the right. We're going to twist the shoulders around a little further, reaching the hands out on the diagonal. We're going to bring the chest to the floor, elbows skimming the rib cage, and then come up, and then rotate arms and knees together to the other side. Hands reach out to that diagonal. Chest comes down to the floor. And you kind of kiss the floor, push up, and then around the other side. We tend to kind of scoot forward. Lubricated, if you will. Little push up here. And rotating side to side. Big deep breath. Inhale as you rotate. And exhale as you do your push-up. Try to rotate that chest all the way around. One more on each side. Close to the rib cage. that little push up. Full chest on the floor and coming back up. Bring the hands behind you and just do a little side to side windshield. The hip joints are such important points to pay attention to, especially if we are sitting, driving, on the computer, or if we're standing and walking a lot. The hips take a lot of pressure, so we want to be gentle with them. Coming around, let's get on all fours here. Then we're going to do that little rock and roll that we love so much, coming into prayer. And then inhaling all the way up onto all fours, pressing the pelvis forward and coming into like an up dog. And all the way back. So just continue this in your own time. Inhale as you arch, look up. Exhale as you push through and down into prayer. Finding that breathing pattern that works for you. I'll give you some indication of breathing patterns, but mostly what's important is what we call conscious. So you're just focused on your breathing, whatever the pattern is. You're focused on the inhale as you fill your lungs. And you're focused on the exhale as you just get rid of all that stale air. Conscious breathing. Last time I'll meet you in down dog. I'm sorry, in prayer. And let's take the hands over to the right and get that side torso, that side body stretch. To the left. And back to center. And let's do a few of our favorite cat-cow. Arch, look up. And round, look down. Setting yourself up with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Good. Let's add that leg, that lower body. Just take the right leg out, extend with a flexed foot. We're going to inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to round the spine and knee to the nose. Inhale, stomp the wall behind you, pressing that heel. And inhale, round nose to knee. Continue this on your own pattern. I think I messed up the breathing pattern there. We're going to inhale as we extend and exhale as we contract. A few more, nice and slow and controlled. You flex the foot as you extend, and then you point the foot as you bring it through. One last time. And bring that knee down, tuck those, bring your booty back to your heels and just shake those hands out, those wrists out. From top to bottom, shake out the shoulders. And then come on back, tapping the tops of the feet on the mat just to get that blood circulation again. We'll do the other side. Extend the leg, flexing that foot. And exhale, bring the knee to the nose, rounding the spine, getting that nice curve in the spine, coming through neutral or into neutral as we extend. And then into that contraction, and continue with your breathing pattern. You want to track that knee parallel to the other knee, so you've got two train tracks. We're not wonky. We're not going sideways. Really flexing and stomping that wall behind you. And also pressing out of those hands. So you want the base of the hand where the thumb meets the base of the hand. You really want that pressing down. And you're pushing out of your shoulders. You're not sinking into your shoulders. I think that's about 8. Coming back down, tucking the toes one more time, sitting back on them, shaking out those wrists, top to bottom. Ooh, shaking out the shoulders. And then you can sit if you want on this, or you can just give yourself a little extra padding. I'm going to be on my knees. We're just going to do a little shoulder work here. Let's take the arms out. Let's bring the right arm down and underneath the left arm. And then if you can, put the palms together. So you've got a kind of a prayer there. So already, this is a nice stretch. You can feel it between your scapulas. We're going to inhale, take the elbows up. And on the exhale, we're going to trace around to the side, down, letting the shoulders roll forward. And then trace up to the other side and back to the top. So I'm going to the left and down, and then to the right and up. And I'm trying to keep my hips, let's try the other direction. Trying to keep my hips forward. They want to move with the upper body, that's natural. One last time. Trying to keep that base solid, strong, rooted. And then uncross and let that go. Shake it out. Whew. Take those arms out. This time, take the left arm under the right. Bring the palms together. Nice big inhale. Lift the elbows. Trace your circle to the right. Down. Left. Up. One more time. And then the other times. Really letting that upper body get that compassion and attention right now. The shoulders hold so much of our attention. And release, shake it out. Beautiful. Let's actually come to standing. But I had a rubber band for my hair. A little sitting twist. So go ahead and let's really just to warm up. Let's just do a little right leg up to the chest, left leg back and forth, just pulling the right leg to the chest and then pulling the left leg. Again, warming up that, getting the synovial fluid, lubricating that joint. And then when you're ready, find your way to one side, whatever side that is. I've got my right leg up. Give yourself a little ankle circle here, and then the other. And ready, focus on the right right knee with the left hand. And then slowly open up your shoulder to the right and change your focus to look behind you. So standing spinal twist. So we've got the balance challenge and the spinal challenge. Breathe. Ooh. You got to find something to look at behind you. If you just have a blank wall, you need a little place on the blank wall to focus on. Try the other side. Lifting the left leg. Circle that ankle. And then the other. And then hold the front knee with the right hand as you slide the left hand back along the hips. And then you shift your focus over your left shoulder. And release. Good. Take a nice wide stance, and we're just going to do a little shifting side to side. So take the right knee over those hands at heart center, and we're going to glide over to the other side. Keep back, glide back. So we're just shifting the weight, but we're staying on the same level. So you want your core lifted and engaged, nice and slow, powering up the heat in those quads, stretching the hamstring, the inner thigh, shifting side to side. Let's take the pace up a little bit. Inhale, exhale. My back is flat. So if you're looking at me from the side, I've got a flat back. My hips are behind, booty is pressing back. We're just shifting side to side. Let's stay on the right, left hand down. Give me a nice twist. Look up at your right fingertip as it reaches towards the ceiling. And coming across to the other side, right fingertip is right in front of left toe. Left fingertips reach up, and we're looking up over that left shoulder. And coming center, let's just do a few, hands are on the floor. We're gonna do a few squats, knees over toes, and press. Down and press. Maybe release the top of the head. If you're ready for that, one last time, big, big squat. And then straighten those legs, tuck the chin to the chest, and hang that torso down between the legs. If you're ready for it, you can take the elbows in your hamstring stretch. Remember when I say straighten or lengthen the legs, always want to keep a bend in the knees, in the back of the knees. Never lock your knees. Breathe here. Good. Go ahead and take the hands to the floor. We're going to walk over to the pivoting on our feet. So now I've got my left leg in front of my right. I'm in a pyramid pose. If you have blocks, this is a great time to use them. I should have had them out already, but I didn't. So I've got my left foot in front, my right foot behind. They're on two train tracks. They're behind each other. So you really want the base. And we're just going to inhale, extend the spine out And then exhale, release the spine down, tucking the chin to the chest. Breathing here. And if you want, you can do a little rock and roll here. So what I like to do is press forward by lifting the back heel and then pressing the back heel down and lifting the front toe. The calf strengthener and a stretch. So we just rotate and we rock back and forth, lifting the back heel and then pressing it down as you lift the front toe. Try that a few times or just pyramid. And then when you're ready, pivot your toes back to center. And let's just do another little twist right here. Right arm up, looking up. I've got my hands on my blocks this time. Breathe. And release. Other side. We've got our hands at center this time instead of across the body. So this is going to feel a little different. And release, bringing those blocks with you. If you want, rotate to the other side. I've got my right toes forward, my left toes behind. Well, foot behind. I'm going to inhale, extend the spine as much as possible. Exhale, release like you're draping the spine over the thigh. And breathe here. Again, we can do that rock and roll where we lift the back heel and then press it and then lift the front toe. I'm moving my blocks out of the way so you can see my little flex of the front foot and then the pressing of the heel up in the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then release one more time back into your pyramid. Pivoting one more time, walking those hands center. And then this time, let's take the toes out and drop the pelvis straight down into a sumo squat. I've got my elbows pressing against my the inside of my knee, and I'm pressing those knees outward. Sometimes you have to be a little higher, sometimes you need to be a little lower. Adjust your feet where they need to be. And then when you're ready, press those feet into the ground as you stand up to come into a nice high star, taking the heels down, balancing. And release. All right, good. Let's do our 20 breaths. It's getting hot. So you can do this standing or seated. We're going to reach up and look up on our inhale and then exhale down through heart center, 20 breaths. Whenever you're ready, you can begin. 3 more. And on that last one, stay up. Interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling, walk the shoulders up towards the ceiling one at a time. Finding even more length than you thought was possible. And then extend those arms out and down as you maintain that lift and levity in the body. We're going to go right into tree pose, taking that right leg up. Pressing the bottom of the foot into the thigh. Finding your tree. And then finding your arms wherever you want them to go. Keeping that knee rotating to the side and back. Trying to keep all 4 corners of the foot rooted and pressing into the mat. Shoulders down, bellies lifted. Finding a way to gracefully exit the pose. And then shift to the other side, almost like you're doing a dance, the tree pose dance, and you want it to be symmetrical on both sides. Just take notice if you have tension in your face, your jaw, your neck, the corners of your eyes. Sometimes we bring tension to places that we're not really aware of. Coming to the back of your mat, let's take a nice deep breath in. Sweeping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, swan dive through those arms all the way down into a forward fold. Shake out in your forward fold. Whew. Take a nice deep breath in, come up halfway. Dragging your hands along your shins, come up to that flat back, lift the belly. Exhale, release all the way down into that forward fold, always tucking the chin at the bottom of your forward fold. Walking the hands and the feet out into down dog. Take a few breaths here in down dog. On the next inhale, roll all the way up into your plank. And then let's hold plank and take 3 breaths here. Chaturanga, full chaturanga or half chaturanga with the knees on the mat, lowering yourself onto your belly, pulling the mat towards you. As you lift the top of the head, rolling the shoulders back, releasing down, tucking those toes, pressing back up through plank into down dog, stepping or jumping the feet forward, back into forward fold, and then slowly with that micro bend in the knees, rolling back to mountain. Nice deep breath in, sweeping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping out into down dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga with the knees on the floor or up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, step out to down dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back through down dog. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, mountain. So that's just a basic sun salutation. You can do that as many times as you want, and then you can add in poses as we do sometimes when you're down in down dog. But we're going to leave that there for today, since it's our first class of the semester. Let's come to the front of our mat. We're going to come into a chair pose. So we're going to send the booty back. Knees are over toes. Feet are parallel with each other, just inside the hips. Our arms are up by our ears. Shoulders are dropped. See if you can come down a little bit more. Beautiful. Lift the belly. Maybe slightly tuck the pelvis so you're not sort of releasing that lower back. You've got that nice slightly tucked pelvis. Go ahead and lift the heels off the ground here. Ooh, see what that does. Can you get a little bit deeper? Lower the heels and then press into mountain. I'm just going to do that again. Same thing, very simple. Inhale, chair. Exhale, find that little scoop in the belly, lift. Lifting the heels off the floor, inhale. Pressing the heels down, exhale. And then inhale as you press up and exhale, mountain. One more time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, just establish that chair, maybe a little bit of a tuck in the pelvis. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, press the ground. Exhale, mountain. Ah, beautiful. So when we do chair and we're coming up from chair, and when I say press the ground, I mean press the ground. So I'm not just standing up using my torso to get me up. I'm activating my legs and I'm trying to think about pressing through the floor. It's the same thing when we raise our arms. We're almost raising them as if there's tension in the air, pushing our arms down as we press them up. Yeah, so with that in mind, let's come into goddess. So we've got a nice wide-legged stance. My feet are wider than my hips. My toes are kind of pointed forward on a diagonal. My hands are in prayer. My pelvis is dropping straight down between my knees. So I'm not leaning forward and I'm not tucking or making it like a C shape. My torso and my pelvis are in one plane. With the same idea that we did before, let's lift that right heel, keeping the pelvis dropped, lower that heel. Now lift the left heel and lower. Now see if you can lift both heels. See if you can drop the pelvis just a smidge. And then heels come down. And let's straighten those legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale right back down. Right heel, release. Left heel, both heels, release, extend. The last time, 3 is the magic number today. 3, drop that pelvis left. Is your belly lifted? Both. Release, extend. That left arm up and over. Maybe bend that right knee. Feel that long diagonal line. Through center. Both knees bend. Shift the weight over to the left. Cross the right arm across the body. Come into the right side stretch. Find that diagonal line and press up. Try that again. Starting with the right arm this time. Right arm stretches up and over. Bend the left knee. Make sure it's over the toes. You don't want it wonking forward. Over the toe. Find that length. Let the head roll as the shoulder comes forward. Shift the weight through center. Both knees are bent for a second. And then as you shift to the other side, the left leg straightens. You rotate up. You find that diagonal. And you recover. Let's do that one more time, each side with a little more speed. Inhale, stretch, roll, come through center, pick it up on the other side, stretch, recover, inhale, right arm up, roll through center, exhale, inhale, recover. Toe heel, toe heel, toe heel, back to center. Let's take the right leg on top of the left. If you want to use a block here, we're going to go into eagle pose. You can just tap those toes on the block for a little extra balance. Or you can see if you can tuck your toes behind your calf. I used to be able to do that, can't anymore. My standing leg in eagle pose is bent, yeah? There's a slight diagonal line, but you're not releasing the booty. You've got that nice long line, which means that you may slightly feel a tuck in your pelvis. Take the arms out. We're gonna do the same arms we did earlier. Right arm is gonna go up and over, palms together, lift the elbows. Breathe. Eagle in the rain. Coming out of it gracefully. Moving through mountain and then trying the other side. You may find that on one side, you can tuck the toes behind you. Standing leg is bent. Left arm comes up and over the top. Elbows lift. Abs are engaged. Coming out of it like you're floating through the air like an eagle. All right, let's come into a warrior two. I've got my left foot forward. My pelvis is flat. Right hip right behind left hip. Left knee over toe, arms out. And just find that warrior two. See if you can sink a little deeper. Taking that left elbow to the thigh, reach up and over, look under the armpit for side angle. Come back up to warrior two, and then lengthen that leg, and then give yourself a little stretch. And coming back, toes forward. Try the other side. Right toe out, left heel in. Stack the hips, left behind the right. Right knee over right toe, warrior two on the opposite side. Arm to thigh, side angle stretch, pressing the pelvis forward. Coming back up through warrior two. Lengthening that leg, big stretch up and back and forward, toes forward. Heel toe, your way back. And let's just take a nice deep breath in right here. Exhale, dive through all the way down into your forward fold. Let's just hang out here for a second in forward fold. Heavy head. Wag the tail if that feels good. Grab a block if that feels good. Hold the elbows if that feels good. And then when you're ready, bend your knees over the toes. Take your hands to the floor in front of you and come into a little ball. So your heels come off the floor and you're tightly reaching the top of your head down towards the floor as you lift the belly button towards your spine. And then we're gonna send the heels back to the floor as we bring the top of the head to the floor and come into forward fold again. Use your block. If that helps, we're gonna move through this tight ball. The hands are in front of us on the mat or on the block. We come into the tight ball, and then we lengthen into the forward fold. One last time, knees come forward, heels come off the floor, chin to chest, belly button lifts, and release back into your forward fold. Find your way to the mat, coming down onto your back. We're gonna do a bridge here. So our feet are nice and flat on the mat, hands down by our sides. So we're gonna inhale. On the exhale, we press the pelvis up, 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 up. Breathe here. Every time you exhale, I want you to see if you can get the pelvis a little bit higher and the glutes a little bit tighter. And then let's release those hips down and hug the knees to the chest. Release that lower back. Press the feet back down. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the pelvis, tight, tight, tight glutes all the way up. Breathe. Lowering the pelvis, knees to chest, stretch and release. Feet come to the mat. Last time, inhale, exhale, scoop and press. Breathe. And lower the pelvis. Hug the knees to the chest. And just rock side to side here for a minute. Maybe circling those knees around to the right, giving your lower back a massage. Circle to the left. Bringing the feet back down to the mat. We'll do a few little ab exercises here. We're going to inhale. The hands are at the sides of the head. On the exhale, we're going to lift the left elbow towards the right knee. And then we're going to bring that back down. On the inhale, exhale, we bring the right elbow to the left knee. Inhale as you recover. Exhale, twist. See if you can get the elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale. So we're going slow and controlled here. Nice long breaths. Now, is just as the down, you really want the elbow and the knee to be coming down at the same rate. Try and focus on conscious movement, conscious breathing. And rest. Let those knees just fall side to side. Windshield wiper knees. We're going to bring the knees back up, hands to heart center in prayer. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to roll all the way to sitting. We don't have the arms to help us with that coming up, so it's pretty intense core, and then slowly back down. So usually we have the arms above the head, and that helps us get up. This time, I'm just asking us to use just the core to sit us up, and then just the core to roll us back down. Let's do 3 more. Sitting nice and tall at the top of that exercise. Last one. Good. Take the legs up in the air, hands down by your side. Shake those legs out. Give them a little kick, kick, kick. We're going to lower the legs for a count of 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Give yourself a little shake on the floor. Dig those heels in. Give your body a little rock on the floor, a little pulse. Go ahead and hug the right knee to the chest. And then cross that knee over the body and give yourself a little spinal twist here, looking over your right shoulder. When you're ready, recover slowly. Try the other side. Bringing yourself back to neutral. Grab the outside of the feet. Come into happy baby. See if you can get the lower part of the back to kind of lengthen out on the mat. Relax your jaw, relax your throat. Take a nice big sigh. Then when you're ready, release those legs and inhale, big long line. Hold your breath at the top of the inhale. Tighten everything in your body. Ooh, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. Release it. Swallow. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Stick out your tongue and say, ah. And bring yourself into Shavasana, corpse pose, resting pose. And we will honor the work that we've done today by just resting, deeply conscious of ourselves and the work that we've done today. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Otherwise, we'll close today's practice with gratitude for being back on our mats again, being in this process of stretching and strengthening and discovering and experimenting. As always, the spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thanks for coming.